What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy. Welcome to another music countdown. Kinda. I'm going to be doing something really different this particular week. First off, this is actually going to be part one of a two-parter, both videos of which will be released today. So, this is going to cover kind of one subtopic, and the next video is going to cover a different subtopic. You could go to either one or both, depending on which ones spark your interest. In this particular video, I'm going to focus on some popular songs that could be decent in a Christian context, I guess you'd say. They're not necessarily containing any Christian messages. They're just kind of general, I guess, good songs that could translate well and I think are still plenty fine for Christians to listen to. First off, let me just say the three songs that I'm about to mention here are pulled right from the Billboard Hot 100 really recently, like just a day or two ago. And, you know, these might not necessarily be the greatest examples, but I think they serve as good stand-ins for kind of particular types of songs or certain themes that kind of translate well between both being a popular song and standing within a Christian context. So the first one that I'm going to mention is the song Unsteady from Ex-Ambassadors. I believe this came in at number 40 or so on the Hot 100 list, and there are rather few words in this song, so there are a lot of different ways to interpret it. Really, I think just the general theme of kind of not wanting to rely on your own strength, kind of calling out for help, I guess, in a sense, is something that, you know, a lot of music does, and I think thematically translates well into a Christian environment, because rather than relying on ourselves, we can then call out to God and rely on Him. And in this particular one, it's asking for God to kind of hold us up, keep us balanced, in a sense, rather than relying on ourselves and our own strength to keep us up. Now, the song does specifically mention mother and father and particular relationships like that, but other than those kind of small details, I think this song serves as a good example of that, where it's just, you know, really easily translatable into talking to God and asking God to help us out and keep us steady. The second song I'd like to bring up from the list, I believe was at number 17 when I looked, the song Mercy from Shawn Mendes. Now, this one, if you look at it, is clearly talking specifically about him and maybe a girlfriend or something like that. But, you know, if you look beyond the specifics of the relationship to, again, the general theme of it, I think it could work from the standpoint of us and our relationship to God. And I think there are some songs, just kind of in general from time to time, that will touch on relationships that can be translated in a similar kind of way. Now, this particular song is talking about kind of just feeling torn in different directions or kind of tossed all over the place in a sense, and the singer in this case is saying, look, have mercy on my heart, all right? Don't do this to me. You know, kind of an almost if you love me, let me go sort of thing, but not quite to that extent. It's more still kind of questioning, you know, what exactly the singer wants out of this. So I think in a somewhat similar way, looking at our relationship to God, whenever we're going through a rough spot where we're not sure what to do next or where we're going in life, this song could kind of say, hey, God, please, can you have mercy on my heart and my mind and just give me something here. Give me some direction or something to do, you know. Again, it's not the greatest example, but I think it's certainly a recent one that fits that general style of a relationship song that can be translated from a human relationship to our relationship with God in some ways. Now, the last recent song that I want to address is the song Scars to Your Beautiful by Alessia Cara. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Really, this one, the general theme of the song is all about positive body image, I guess you'd say. Just feeling confident in yourself and who you are, and saying that you don't have to change yourself to live up to the world's standards. And I think there are a lot of songs out there that have a similar image, a similar self-image message to them that can translate well into a Christian context. It specifically brings to mind the passage that says, you know, don't be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So rather than doing what the world wants us to do, we're focusing on God and saying, look, it's basically one person encouraging another, saying, hey, you're fine as you are. Don't worry about what the world has to say about you. Instead, focus on yourself, focus on God, and just do your thing, you know? Now, in addition to these three really recent examples, I'm going to give kind of my favorite ever instance of a popular song, I guess you'd say, that translates well into a Christian theme. And for this, I would have to go with the song What I've Done from Linkin Park, partially because I was actually involved in a group that performed this song. Back when I was in high school in the church's youth praise band, you know, I was one of the backup singers, and we did this song as part of a retreat. Just a one-time thing, but even just the sheer fact that we did the song at all and had a pretty cool experience out of it is what puts that as my favorite instance of it. In case you're wondering, that song specifically talks about, you know, not dwelling too much on your past, kind of letting go of the things that you've done, and not keeping that from, you know, whatever your future holds, not letting that hold you back from whatever you're meant to do. So it's kind of a new start sort of thing. So that's going to do it for this particular video. If you're interested in the other video, that one is going to talk about kind of my personal favorite, specifically Christian music artists that really, I think, can live up to the standards, if not surpass the standards, of many of the just general popular music out there in a couple of different genres. So if you're interested in that, please take a look at that video. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this one. Like and share if you did, and you know what all else to do. Leave comments down below for other things that I can talk about, whether music related or otherwise. And yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Maybe I'll see you in a couple of seconds in the next video. And if not, then whenever you end up watching another one of my videos, I will see you there. Later.